Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@of Affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 96773336. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 10th of November. The session will be very interesting, so do pay attention till the end. First friends, we'll go for some revision questions and then we will continue with our current affairs. Alright. So the first question that we are discussing is that the world's largest floating solar power plant will be built in Madhya Pradesh. And let me tell you, this is a revision part. Alright, don't confuse it with today's current affairs. So coming back, world's largest floating solar power plant is located in Madhya Pradesh. And in Madhya Pradesh only, Kuno National Park is also located. Next, DRDO. DRDO has successfully recently tested, fired an indigenously developed laser-guided anti-tank guided missile from main battle tank that was named Arjun. So question, how will this be asked? 2 to 3 things can be asked here. First, the name of the tank from which this laser-guided anti-tank guided missile was test fired. It was Arjun tank. Who tested this? It was tested by DRDO. Alright, so these 2 things can be asked, that who successfully tested, fired a laser guided missile, laser guided anti-tank missile that was tested from which tank? It was tested from Arjun tank, as you can see it in the picture. Next, Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama ji was honored with Pal Nagam Dustan Award. Alright, I repeat, Pal Nagam Dustan Award was awarded to whom? Dalai Lama ji, and this award, it is the highest civilian honor of Ladakh. Highly important. These all questions for revision today are really important, and I want you all, if you are not have taken note of them, I want you all to take note of them. Then Jagdeep Dhankar ji, he has been elected as the 14th Vice President of India. Jagdeep Dhankar. Next, Professor Ramdhar Singh. He became the first Indian psychologist on US Heritage Wall of Fame. So question will be asked in such a way that who was the first Indian psychologist who was inducted on the US Heritage Wall of Fame? He will be Professor Ramdhar Singh, as you can see him in the picture. Next, when do we observe Nagasaki Day? On 9th of August, we observe Nagasaki Day because on this day, a bomb. What was the name of the bomb? Can you tell me here? Which bomb was dropped on Nagasaki? This was named as Fat Man. Alright, so Fat Man was the name of the bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki. Where is Nagasaki? Nagasaki is located in Japan. The bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki, it was dropped by United States of America, and it weighted around 10,800 pounds. All right. Next, here only, if asked about Nagasaki, then Fat Man. But if I ask you what was the name of the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima, that was named as Little Boy. It was named as Little Boy. All right. Next. Next is ISRO. ISRO has recently launched a virtual space park museum, and what is it is named as Spark. I repeat, India's first space tech park, or it has said that it is India's first virtual space museum that was launched by which organization, or who launched it? It was launched by ISRO. All right, highly important, and this park was known as SPARK, Spark. All right, it is virtual space museum that will contain various documentaries. It will contain various technologies. All right, old technology that were used by ISRO scientists, various documents that were used by ISRO scientists. All right, various original science documents, even documentaries will also be shown here about various scientists here. Who is the chairman of ISRO? S Somnath is the chairman of ISRO. Where is the headquarter of ISRO? It is located in Bangalore. Then if we talk about ISRO, 36 satellites were launched by ISRO of OneWeb, that is a UK based company. Earlier it was decided that Russia will be launching these satellites, but due to the ongoing tensions all around the world, it was India who launched these 36 satellites. Apart from these, 3 Singaporean satellites were also launched by ISRO. And if you remember, Azadi set were carried into the space using what? It was carried into the space using small satellite launch vehicle. Though it was a failure mission, but still you need to remember it was SSLV, that is a small satellite launch vehicle. Next, remember a very important news that second Northeast Olympic Games for the year 2022 will be hosted by whom? It will be hosted by Meghalaya. Very important. I repeat, second Northeast Olympic Games for the year 2022 will be hosted by whom? It will be hosted by Meghalaya. Next, when do we observe National Javelin Day? And remember, for the first time we will be observing this National Javelin Day on 7th of August, because Neeraj Chopra, as you can see him in the picture, he is from Haryana. Alright, and he won gold medal for India in the Tokyo Olympic Games for the 2020. Alright, and remember another thing, that a stadium was also built in Haryana so that students there can practice related to various sports in the hometown of Neeraj Chopra also. Neeraj Chopra did not take part in the Commonwealth Games because of some injuries. Alright. Here only, can you tell me the name of the another javelin throw player who was banned by WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency? Can you name the player? In the comment section, I want to see the name of the player who was banned by WADA. And remember, this player is also related to javelin throw only. Next is Union Minister Jitendra Singh. They launched India's first saline water lantern that was named Roshni. Important. Alright, this lantern will be powered by saline water. And this, what is saline water? Basically, you can say the water coming from the sea or oceans. Alright, so India's first saline water lantern, it was named Roshni. Highly important. Next is India's first 3D printed cornea will be developed by scientists from Hyderabad. Important. First 3D printed cornea. It will be developed by the scientists from Hyderabad. Moving on. Next is Scotland. Scotland became the first country to make period products free for all. That means the sanitary products for women will be made free for all, and it has been decided by which country? It was Scotland that made this news and made these period products free for all. So that's all for the day, friends. These were all your important one-liners, or you can say important current affairs. Now let's go for today's current affairs. The first news is regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi has unveiled the logo and the theme and a website for the India's G20 presentation. Alright, but one thing, when do we, or when India will be holding this presidency, when India will be having the presidency of G20, that is group of 20. So remember, from 1st of December 2022 to November 30 2023, India will be having the presidency of G20. Highly important. Here you can see this is the logo that was unveiled by India for the G20 presidency. Also, if asked what is the theme that was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the G20 presidency, it was One Earth, One Family, One Future. Important. All right, so these are the two things that you need to definitely remember. Another question that can be asked here is that who is currently having the presidency of G20? So as of now, it is Indonesia that holds the G20 presidency, which is chaired by Indonesian President Joko Widodo. All right, so coming back, remember, India will assume the G20 presidency for a span of 1 year, and it will be effective from 1st of December 2022 to 30th of November 2023. Highly important. All right, and we saw the logo here. This was the logo that was unveiled, and you can see here the theme that was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that is One Earth, One Family, and One Future. Even here you can see this One Earth, One Family, One Future. When translated, this becomes, this is also, you can say, it is known as Vasudevam Kutumbakam. All right, Vasudevam Kutumbakam. This can also be asked in your exam, that both of these are the basically the theme of the G20 presidency. Another thing, friends, here remember, there was a ongoing discussion also, and various parties from India also decided to talk about it, that there was a feature of lotus here, as you can see in the logo, lotus. And we know for the BJP party, it is lotus that symbolizes them. So that is the reason there was a ongoing tensions also between that. But still, you can see it symbolizes the various saffron, white and green color, and blue color is also there. That is for the Ashoka Chakra we have in our flag. So it is a combination of Indian flag only that was here symbolized. All right. So that's all you need to know regarding this G20 presidency. Moving on now, and one more thing, yes, this current this currently G20 summit, this will be held from 15th to 16th of November, and it will be in Bali, Indonesia only, that we will be able to see this particular G20 presidency, which is hosted by Indonesia. Moving on, next we are talking about 15th Urban Mobility India Conference cum Expo for the year 2022. I repeat, Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri and Kerala's Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, they together hosted a 15th Urban Mobility India Conference cum Expo. What was this based upon? What was here signified? Let's talk about it. First of all, remember, this was held on the theme of Azadi at the rate of 75, Sustainable Atmanirbhar Urban Mobility. I repeat, what it was based on, what was the basic theme that this particular 15th Urban Mobility India Conference cum Expo was based. It was Azadi at the rate of 75, Sustainable Atmanirbhar Urban Mobility. It was held between 4th to 6th of November, and the venue where this was held is Grand Hyatt Kochi in Kerala. All right, then remember, question can be asked that which ministry organized this particular conference cum Expo. It was your Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs that particularly organized this expo. All right, highly important, friends. This was the 15th Urban Mobility India Conference. But if I ask you, the 16th Urban Mobility India Conference and cum Expo for the year 2023, where will it be hosted? It will be hosted by Delhi. It will be hosted from 27th to 29th of October, and it will be based on integrated and resilient urban transport. I repeat, the 16th edition of this Urban Mobility India Conference cum Expo that will be hosted in the year 2023, that is from 27th to 29th of October, will be based on integrated and resilient urban transport. And the current 15th edition of this Urban Mobility India Conference cum Expo, it is hosted where? It is hosted at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Kerala, and it is based on the theme Azadi at the rate of 75, Sustainable Atmanirbhar Urban Mobility. Another thing, which is the ministry who hosted this particular India Conference cum Expo, it was your Ministry of Housing and Urban affairs. Highly important, friends. These are the something that you definitely need to remember, and these are the points that you can definitely take a note of. Next is MHA. MHA is your Ministry of Home Affairs has recently designated certain databases related to census and national population register as the critical information infrastructure. All right, highly important. This decision was made exercising the power granted to it under the Information Technology Act, that is IT Act of 2000, and notification to effect immediately. All right, highly important. Mark this and take a note of it, that the certain databases and related to census and national population register, they were made critical information infrastructure. All right, and this step was taken by which organization or which ministry? It was by Ministry of Housing Affairs. All right, also remember the census for the year 2021. We know that there was a census going to be held in 2021, but this census was halted due to COVID-19 pandemic that was going on. All right, and it is expected that this census will soon resume and it will take into effect very soon. All right, highly important. Also, this census that will be held now, it will be the 8th census of the country since independence. Next, NHAI. What is NHAI? That is your National Highway Authority of India. So NHAI data states that NHAI has start accepting the electronic bank guarantee issued by NESL, that is your National E-Governance Service Limited. So I repeat, NHAI has started accepting the electronic bank guarantee, that is EGB, that is issued by National E-Governance Service Limited, and also digitize all its existing EGBs with an aim to improve the efficiency and transparency of internal processes and to adopt digital technology. This will reduce the paper movement. Important, take a note. This will eliminate the physical storage needs and it is easily accessible for banks guarantee life cycle events like invocation, renewal and closure. How this will help is, we can say, instead of being this much that electronic, start accepting the electronic bank guarantee, that means everything is being now digitized. And how this will help is, this will first of all reduce the paperwork. All right, that means everything will be done on your smartphones or your smart devices. Then second thing, this will eliminate the physical storage. All right, say for example, you used to sign a contract on paper, but that paper has to be stored somewhere. All right, and when we are dealing with these complication with legal issues and with legal entities, then we can see the amount of paperwork has to be done a large, and that is a huge amount of paperwork. Say like 100,000 pages of contracts and 100 certificates are to be designed and to be provided to various organizations for that, and these all these paperwork will now be stored digitally. That means we can store them be it on cloud or be it in a pen drive, be it or everywhere, but those will be secured electronically and they will be saved without any hassle, without any physical storage needed. All right, so these are some of the important aspects of being digitized economy. All right, and we know India is the one of the country that is processing very fast towards the digitization. Next we are talking about something related to agriculture. Krishify is an organization that is a agri-tech startup platform, Gurugram based, and Gurugram is in Haryana. So this Krishify has recently tied up with Enam platform. Enam is basically your electronic national agriculture market. The reason for this tie-up was so that this Krishify can help the farmers. Around 14 crore farmers will be helped by Krishify to cater their needs, to cater their problems. If they have any question related to farming, will be solved by Krishify. If they have any issue or if they want to get connected to with dealers, to connected to the sellers, so Krishify will be helping them. If they need any update on the new technologies, if they need any update on the various products that are launched into the market, or if they need into the knowledge about the various new types of seeds that are in the market, or what type of climate they should grow, what type of specified seeds, so all that information will be provided by Krishify to the farmers. Highly important. Enam, it is a pan-India electronic trading system that aims to connect current agriculture producers market committees, APMCs, to create a unified national market for agriculture commodities for farmers, dealers, and other intermediaries. Here, Krishify, this will cater the need of 14 crore farmers in India. It is made up of agri specialists such as agronomists and agri scientists who will respond to farmers' protests for farmers' post on the platform concerning farming and crop protection issues in order to fix them. Basically, they will be guiding the farmers, they will be helping the farmers, and they will be educating the farmers on the various types of technologies. Next news. Next is QS. What is QS? QS stands for Cochrane Simons. Alright, so remember recently QS ranking for Asia University, or you can say QS Asia University rankings for the year 2023 was released, and in this particular QS Asia University rankings there were 19 Indian universities featured in the top 200 list. Alright, I repeat, in the top 200 list of the QS, that is Cochrane Simon Asia University ranking for the year 2023, there were 19 Indian institutes such as IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, then IISc Bangalore. These were among the top institutes, alright, and have topped among the Indian universities. This is the highest number of Indian universities to ever make it to the top 200 list, and among 19, 11 universities have made it to the top 100 on the list. If we talk about this Cochrane Simons Asia University ranking, Peking University of Beijing, China was ranked the second in the 2022 ranking and has topped the QS Asia University ranking for the year 2023. There were 760 Asian universities ranked in this particular QS Cochrane Simon Asia University ranking, and National University of Singapore, which was ranked first for the 4 consecutive year, has now been ranked second, and Peking University has ranked first, and second is your National University of Singapore. And there were 19 Indian institutes that has been ranked in this particular under 200 list of the Cochrane Simon Asia University ranking, and among that also 11 of them are under 100 list. Apart from this, remember this edition, that is the QS Asia University ranking for the year 2023. It is the 15th edition of this Cochrane Simons ranking. Alright, highly important. Moving on, next is Indian Navy will participate in the 26th edition of the Malabar Naval Exercise. Alright, I repeat, Malabar. Which are the countries that took part in this Malabar exercise? These are the member of Quad countries. And what are Quad countries? That is United States of America, India, Australia, and Japan. These are the exercise by the name in a Quad group, and they took part. This is the organization that conducts your Malabar exercise, and recently Indian Navy will participate in the 26th edition of the Malabar Naval Exercise. Alright, and remember this year 2022, it marks the 30 years or 30th anniversary of the Malabar exercise, so highly important. Alright, remember this. This Malabar exercise will be started here, or it will be held where? It will start on 8th of November and it will be held in Japan. Alright, highly important. Then if question asked that from Indian side, which Indian naval ship will participate in this particular exercise? So from Indian side, it will be INS Shivalik and INS Kamutra that will take part in this particular exercise. These are the name of the 2 Indian naval ships that I want you to remember that will take part in this particular exercise. Alright, apart from this, one more term you need to remember here is, that is Marcos. What is Marcos? It is Marine Commandos that will take part in this particular exercise. Highly important. Alright, so INS Shivalik and INS Kamutra will be taking part in this Quad countries exercise, that is your Malabar exercise, and it will be the naval exercise. It will be the 26th edition of the exercise, and 2022 marks the 30 years of these Malabar exercises. Highly important, friends. Alright. Then the reason why do we observe Malabar exercises? So that we can counter the presence of China in the Pacific region or the Asia Pacific region. Then if we talk about this Malabar exercise, this exercise was first initiated in the year 1992, and it was between India and USA. Then In 2015 it became a trilateral exercise after Japan joined it, and then in 2020 Australia also showed their appearance and joined the Malabar exercise or the Quad group. All right, highly important. Next, next is India. India has participated in the World Travel Market 2022 at London to step up the recovery of inbound tourism. We know tourism is one of the most important sector for economy. All right, many of the states in India such as Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, these are some states, even Jammu and Kashmir you can say to somehow, these are the states that are heavily dependent on tourism. Even Goa, we can say it is heavily dependent on tourism. Another example for this you can see is Sri Lanka. We know Sri Lankan economy is in very bad waters right now, and the reason, one of the reason for this is that Sri Lanka was heavily dependent on tourism sector, but because of the lockdown we saw that Sri Lanka has plunged their economy into dark waters or in the dark because they were not able to see any tourists there, so many of the shops has to close down. Apart from this, there were other political reasons also for the Sri Lanka's economy to go down, but one of the reason was here tourism. So here we can say that Indian participation at this World Travel Market 2022 is a significant step to the recovery of the inbound tourism to the pre-pandemic level. This question can be asked, that World Travel Market, where was this World Travel Market held? So this was held at United Kingdom, and if asked, it is held at London, United Kingdom. Very important. All right, then the theme of this World Travel Market 2022 that was held here was the future of travel starts now. I repeat, the theme was the future of travel starts now. This is the theme on which this particular World Travel Market 2022 was held in London, UK. This was held from 7th to 9th of November. Market very important. Next is AIIB and GEAP. What is this AIIB and GEAP? Remember, AIIB is your Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank and GEAPP is your Global Energy Alliance for People and Planet. These two organizations came together to partner to accelerate the energy transition. What type of energy transition we are talking about? That is from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy. This is the transition we are talking about. And remember, whenever we are talking about green energy also, yesterday also I told you about this, then we here will be talking about transition from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy. What are non-renewable sources of energy? That burns fossil fuels such as petrol, such as diesel. All right, and what are the renewable sources of energy? Solar energy, wind energy, your geothermal energy. Then now there is another promising fuel that is coming up is green hydrogen. All right, when we burn this green hydrogen, no amount of CO2 is released into the atmosphere. So these are the some things that you need to remember, for which Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank and Global Energy Alliance for People and Planet collaborated to shift or to accelerate the energy transition, and for this they are planning to invest around 1 billion US dollar. All right, highly important. Apart from this, these two organizations will be addressing the energy transition challenges will be in Asia and across the world. Where is the headquarter of AIIB? It is in Beijing, China, and this was established in the year 2016. Next is Max Life Health Insurance has recently, or Max Life, that is an insurance company, has partnered with Ditto. All right, I repeat, Max Life, that is an insurance company, has partnered with Ditto for online life insurance distribution. That means in order to provide life insurance online digitally so that people at home only can apply for life insurance directly, for this feature Max Life Insurance has tied up with Ditto. All right, highly important, mark this. Moving on, Amazon India and TVS Motors signs MOU to scale the electric vehicle development. Highly important, friends. All right, so Amazon India and TVS Motors, these two organizations came together and signed an MOU so that they can scale the electric vehicle development in India, and they can promote. We know that everything is being now shifted to electric vehicle now. All right, we are promoting, even not just India, all over the world we are promoting electric vehicles so that we can stop our dependence on the vehicles that are running on petrol, diesel. All right, because these are the fuels that create your pollution and that will harm your environment. So we need a transition from renewables, non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy. So for this MOU, as a part of this collaboration, a fleet of electric two-wheelers and three-wheelers from TVS Motors will be deployed for Amazon's last mile deliveries. All right, we know Amazon is a very big player in the market for the supply chain, so they need vehicles for delivering various products. So it will be TVS that will be providing them with these electric vehicles, be it two-wheeler or three-wheeler, so that they can easily supply their product to the people. Next, legendary cricketer Chandrapal, Edwards and Kadir, they were inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame. Very important, mark this. I remember, repeat, West Indies batting legend Shivanarayan Chandrapal, England's multi-time Women World Cup winning captain Charlotte Edwards, and Pakistan iconic spinner Abdul Qadir. These are the three players, remember, cricket players that were inducted into the ICC, that is International Cricket Council Hall of Fame on 8th of November 2022. Important. And remember, if we talk about the numbers 107, 18 and 9 respectively, they were inducted into the ICC's Hall of Fame. Very important, friends. All right, apart from this, friends, here remember, recently there was a news that Facebook, or that is now known as Meta, has recently laid off their staff. All right, around 11,000 employees were laid off from their post recently. It can be either of the reason, because of the growing recession concerns that we are facing all around the world, or because of the profitability that we are seeing, that Meta's share market or their stock has plunged very low because of the latest news of this Meta. Because we know earlier Facebook was running perfectly, but since they have announced that they are into the metaverse now, we can see that the amount of money that has been invested in the Meta has significantly gone down, and their share price is also gone down. So in order to counter that, they need to, or they has recently laid off around 11,000 employees, and that is a very huge number all around the world. Even Twitter laid almost all around 90% of the Indian staff was fired from this post. Only 13 Indians are now working in Twitter as of now. Even we can say Baiju has fired multiple employees. Even Google and Microsoft, not Google, Microsoft also stated that they have stopped their hiring, and almost all of the tech companies have stopped their hiring for this particular year. Next is Ramesh Kejriwal. He has been elected as the new president of the All India Rubber Industries Association. I repeat, as you can see him in the picture, Ramesh Kejriwal. He has been appointed as the new president of All India Rubber Industries Association. Highly important, friends. Take a note of it. Alright, then if we discuss furthermore, the All India Rubber Industries Association, that is AIRIA, elected Ramesh Kejriwal as the new president. All right, first thing, highly important. Now the next question can be asked that Ramesh Kejriwal ji, he will be replacing whom? So he will replace Savar Dhanania ji. All right, he will replace Savar Dhanania ji to become the new president of All India Rubber Industries Association. Highly important. All right, and he has been associated with AIRIA since 2003. All right, next we have discussed this news multiple times that DY Chandrachud, Justice DY Chandrachud, he will be the 50th Chief Justice of India. But now the news is that he has taken oath to become the 50th Chief Justice of India. Can you tell me, Chief Justice of India is appointed by whom? So it is President who appoints the Chief Justice of India. First thing, highly important. All right, who will be the, or the Justice DY Chandrachud, he replaced whom to become the Chief Justice of India? He replaced Chief Justice of India Uday Umesh Laliji. He was the 49th Chief Justice of India. All right, and for how many years Justice DY Chandrachud has been appointed for this post? For 2 years. He will be serving here for 2 years. Highly important. All right, and what is the age limit for the Chief Justice of India? The age limit is 65 years. Next is Adidas. Adidas has appointed ex Puma chief John Gulden as the new CEO from January 2023. I repeat, Adidas Group has appointed John Gulden as the CEO of Puma. Next, ISRO. ISRO tested rocket engine development by startup Agnikul Cosmos. Highly important. Remember, ISRO has conducted a hot test of Agnilet, and what was this Agnilet? It was the single piece 3D printed rocket engine that was developed by Agnikos Cosmos. Highly important, friends. Alright. Then next thing, if we talk about this Agnilet, it was the first single piece 3D printed rocket engine in the world that was completely designed and manufactured in India. It was tested and successfully developed at the Indian Institute of Technology, that is in Madras, that is IIT Madras. So what is the name of the first single piece 3D printed rocket engine? It is Agnilet. And where was it developed? It was developed at IIT Madras, and recently it was ISRO that has successfully tested this single piece 3D printed rocket engine by the name Agnilet. Highly important. Alright, and question can be asked, friends, that this Agnilet was developed by whom? What is the name of the startup by which this Agnilet was developed? It was Agnikul Cosmos that's developed this particular single piece 3D printed rocket, that is Agnilet. Next we are talking about Women's World Boxing Championship. Remember, India will be hosting this Women's World Boxing Championship in 2023, and it will be the third time that India will be hosting this. Prior to this, it was in 2006 that India hosted the fourth edition of this World Women Boxing Championship. Then it was in 2018 that India hosted the 10th edition of it, and now in 2023 it will be the 13th edition of this championship that will be hosted again by India in New Delhi. Next news. Next is Mumbai has beaten Himachal Pradesh to win the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. Highly important, friends. I repeat, Mumbai has won the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. Important. And this trophy is related to which sport? It is related to cricket. So which state has won it? Which state cricket team? It was Mumbai State Cricket Team that has won the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy. Next we are talking about Viacom. Viacom 18. Viacom 18 is the name of a brand, and they have recently signed South African cricket team for a term of 7 years. I repeat, Viacom 18 Sports signed a 7-year partnership with the Cricket South Africa for exclusive digital and TV rights to the all international cricket matches played between 2024 to 2021. Important. Directly remember this. Alright, that Viacom 18 has signed a 7-year partnership agreement with South African cricket team for their TV rights and digital rights. Alright, that is will be between from the year 2024 to 2020 or 2031. Alright, highly important. Viacom 18, it will broadcast all senior men's and senior women's international matches that will be held in South Africa. Next is National Legal Service Day. When do we observe this? It is observed on 9th of November. Highly important. Alright. The day also aims to raise awareness about the various provisions of the Legal Service Authorities Acts and litigants' rights. So these are all the current affairs for the day, friends. Now let's go for a quick revision. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled a logo, theme and a website for India's G20 presidency. We just saw 15th Urban Mobility India Conference and Expo will be held at Kochi, Kerala. Ministry of Home Affairs declared census NPR database as critical information infrastructure. SC uphold the 103rd constitutional validity of EVS quota in the 3:2 verdict. That means EVS quota is legal and should be provided. NHAI starts accepting electronic bank guarantee issued by NESL. Krishify integrated with ENAM's platform of platforms to help the farmers. QS Asia University ranking for the 2023 was released, and in this 19 Indian universities was among top 200. Indian Navy participated in the 26th edition of the Malabar Naval Exercise that will be held in Japan. India participated in the World Travel Market that was held at London, United Kingdom. Alright, and remember, Kerala has won the Street Tourism Project for the Global Award. Then AIIB and GEAPP has partnered to accelerate the green energy transition and will be investing around $1 billion. Max Life has partnered with Ditto for online life insurance distribution. RBI provided license for FT Cash to set up a NBFC and aims to disburse 100 crore rupees in the fiscal year 23. Amazon India and TVS Motor signed an MOU to scale the electric vehicle development in India. Legendary cricketer Chandrapal, Edwards and Kadir, they were inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame. Next is All India Rubber Industries Association elected Ramesh Kejriwal as their new president. Justice G.Y. Chandrachud, he is the 50th Chief Justice of India and he has taken oath recently. Adidas appointed ex-Puma chief John Gulden as the new CEO from January 2023. ISRO tested rocket engine that is developed by startup Agnikul Cosmos and it was named Agnilet. Researchers discover new species of crab near Vellore River estuary. Then India to host the Women's World Boxing Championship 2023. Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy has won by which state cricket team? Mumbai. Viacom 18 has signed a 7-year agreement with South African Cricket Board. Netherlands Stefan Myburg announced the retirement from international cricket and National Legal Service Day is observed on 9th of November. So these are all your current affairs for the day, friends. Now let's go for a homework section. The first question is, which country's president is mandated to bring out the national security strategy? Morbi Bridge on the Machau River is located in which state? Third, what is the World Thrift Day or when is the World Thrift Day observed in India? Fourth, which union ministry signed MOU with FIFA and AIF to implement Football for Schools initiative? Fifth, Satvik Sairaj, Ranik Reddy and Chirag Sethi, they are the first Indian players to win a Super 750 tournament. They are related to which sports? So these are your 5 homework questions, friends. Do them, comment below, and if you find this session to be interesting, let me know in the comment section what are your views regarding it. If you find it to be interesting, like the video, and to all those students who are watching our video for the first time, subscribe. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session and you can follow us on the YouTube channel as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.